Craig's just a wee preview of tomorrow night. How you feeling playing Partick back on grass as well? So that changes things.
Well, it is. It's nice to be able to go to a stadium. Go to Firhill. I played there myself many moons ago, so I always enjoy going back. So it'll be nice for the players to go and play a little bit of grass. We've always spoke previously about Airdrie at times being a little bit dry and a little bit sticky. When the weather's good or it's a bit windy. So hopefully tomorrow night the ball will run a little bit more truer to football. It won't be sticky, and we hope we can get our players at the top end of the pitch, being creative and getting on the ball and making it more natural for them. So it's good. I think last week we got back to what we've been good at. Strong defensively at times and creating lots of chances, which we done last week. I don't think the 1-1 scoreline was a fair reflection of the game itself. So look for the more of the same tomorrow night. Want the boys to go out and express themselves. Go and play free and get at people and take men on, and just hopefully this week we have the final touch or the finishing touch to put to the end of the good work.
Team news wise, you've been playing with a lot of the young boys recently. Do you expect any of the older boys to drop down from the first team?
They'll probably have one or two dropping down. You're always kind of in between, because some of the younger players have broke into the first team, or they're thereabouts the first team, and some of the senior ones have to get some match fitness. So I expect one or two to drop down. They'll not be in their 30s. It'll be someone who's on the fringes of the first team. Probably will have one or two dropping down, and it's important to keep those guys fit. We've seen Jacob Blythe last weekend, or last Tuesday, done well in the build-up play, missed that final touch to his game. If you're a centre forward, you're going to be judged on scoring goals. So if Jacob plays tomorrow night, I hope he can, get in the end of a few things and just compose himself and add some goals to his good play. So, that's what we want. That's what 20s are effectively sometimes, is to bring some of the first team players in. I keep saying that the first team is the most important team at the club. We've seen the relief and the kind of enjoyment after Saturday when the first team won, which is good. So we want to keep that feel-good factor going. We want to keep that, bubbliness, if it's such a word, amongst the players to keep going and to keep pushing on. So, hopefully they've taken a little bit of inspiration from it. Some of the young boys, Alan Campbell made his debut at the weekend, which is good for him. So there's always the incentive for the young ones, looking about and thinking 2 or 3 good games and I'm not far away from the first team. But they have to perform, they have to do it on a continual basis. And if they do so, then they'll be in the first team sooner rather than later.
You touched on it there, that's what I was going to come to next. Alan Campbell got a run in the first team there. We've spoke about Ross McLean and Jack McMillan, but Alan deserved that shot, and how do you feel he did watching on there?
I was buzzing for him. We probably feel he's been pushing for a few weeks now, with Keith being out. I know the manager had a decision. He was contemplating playing Alan from the start, or Lee Lucas, and he went with Lee, and Lee played very well. So, but it's always important to get players to make their debut. I think that puts it to the back of their mind, whereas if you're continually pushing and probing and not getting a game, just that relief of making your debut. Now Alan has to go away and continually work hard, get himself ready, and then potentially, get on somewhere else along the line. But it sets as an inspiration for the rest of the young boys. As a young coach myself, that's the aim for those kids. I spoke to Jack McMillan today, just asking him how he was getting on, was he enjoying himself, just talking about little parts of his game and small things that we've always spoke about. And he said he's loving it. And I think Alan enjoyed it. Ross McLean coming on, Jake a few weeks ago. So that's what the club has to do. We have to promote them. But I think they're ready. You see them coming on, they don't look out of place. They're quite assured and composed in what they're trying to do. So I think it's credit to them. That's what they aim for and they strive for, is to be a regular at this football club. And the nights at Partick Thistle away on a Tuesday night, or Airdrie, having to go to Forth or having to go to Peterhead, these nights make you. And I've told them that many times. Nights like this are days when you go away from home in the 20s and there's nobody there. They are the days you have to work hard, you have to show your true colours. So when you arrive at the first team and there's a stadium and it's, there's a bit of an atmosphere, it makes it all worthwhile. And you have to keep that little bit of hunger there. So the kids have got the hunger. There's a few more in the pipeline. We hope, further down the line they can eventually make their debut as well. So it's good for them. It keeps us all going and keeps us all bubbly.
Well, we'll look forward to tomorrow and catch up with you then.
Cheers.
Cheers, Craig.